meditation as a medium or a mode that allow us, excuse me, I'm trying to fix myself here, a medium that allows us to spiritually detoxify. As I was saying, it aligns the mind, it aligns the body, because the body is subjected to the mind is subjected to the spirit man, and then the spirit man is subjected to the Godhead. Okay. And so once you begin to do that, your mind, you have to understand the mind is made up of somewhat three parts. You have the conscience, the unconscious, the conscience, the subconscious, and the unconscious. Okay. And those things have to be able to be in sync with one another. And oftentimes the conscious state of mind, especially if you're not getting proper nutrition and if you're not getting enough sleep or you're not feeding it with the right things, the conscious mind processes thousands and thousands of data daily. Okay. The subconscious can process millions and millions of data daily. You don't realize what you're able to remember. All these things that come into formation. The subconscious is an amazing, amazing, I don't know if it's I don't want to call it an entity. It's not a God or anything like that. But to me, it's just a powerful mechanism that God has given us. And if you tap into it, it can be very phenomenal. I'm still learning. So what happens is when you don't allow the subconscious to the conscious state of mind to power down, it begins to run rampant. You can equate it to like when you're on your computer and you haven't shut your computer down. They tell you should power down your computer, once a day for however long to do so. When you fail to do that and you keep getting on it and you keep getting on it, what happens is it becomes over processed. Okay, you can get bugs this way, you get kinks this way, start opening up tabs and doing all kind of crazy wacky stuff, and you think it's some ghost or what have you. I don't know, that's what I thought. But you're like, what in devil? I ain't even about to go through this. But you're sitting there and you're thinking something's going on, and really it's like, nah, I need a break, yo. It's like, because it's doing too much. Well, the body and the mind is the same way. You can have it doing way too much, okay? And when you fail to allow it to power down, it doesn't take long. I'm talking about 5-10 minutes, okay, that you can do to get yourself in alignment so that you can hear the spirit man. You can hear the voice of the Lord or whatever it is. You allow your spirit to be open so that you can now clearly hear with a sound mind, and those other things making all the clinkly clack in your head is not going rampant, because now it's like, okay, there's another governing body here that I must subject myself to. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna calm down. Now, how it pertains to weight loss. What happens is when you're still processing or you're overly processing these things, the body becomes stressed. Okay, it's no different than your car running hot or your computer over processing, running hot, the battery running hot because it hasn't taken a break. Okay, the mind does the same thing, it begins to burn out. But then what happens is you begin to build something called cortisol. I think we all have seen the commercials about the little pill that you can take that limits cortisol and yada yada yada. Honestly, that's a bunch of bull. Okay, I think they even had a lawsuit. Garbage. What happens is the body raises cortisol levels. And so those cortisol levels is basically a stress agent. And what it does, it begins to protect the body. It begins to protect the mind. And so in doing so, this is when it holds on and stores fat. Okay? It starts doing all these little different things. You become bloated. Okay? Because the body don't know when the mind is going to shut down. So if it shuts down, it needs something to protect it in case it shuts down, because you can't be 90 pounds and the mind shut down. It's like, who's going to feed me? Who's going to walk me? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do this? So what the body does, it begins to put on layers of protection for itself. So in case, and you have to understand, a lot of these things go back to a primal age. It goes back millions of years. So with that, going back to a primal age, the body is highly intelligent. And this is a way of it protecting itself, more to say. Unfortunately, we're not equipped to beat Mother Nature, to beat God, who uniquely designed our bodies so that we could you know, be able to sustain to the elements or any change that may naturally come about. Unfortunately, we have an over processed mind. We live in an over processed society, an over processed diet, an over processed way of thought. We don't even know who we are half the damn time because we got so many things on TV and everywhere else trying to dictate and orientate as to who and what we are. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do in this series, because I'm going to break this up in 3 parts. Y'all know I talk a lot, and I think this video is already going to be at maybe about, I don't know, 7 minutes. See, just waste some more time. So basically this one, what I want to specify in is the importance of meditation in nature. Okay. Am I a tree hugger? Yeah. What are you going to do about it? Okay. I love nature. Any of you are following me on my Instagram, my Facebook, you know I am up in the mountains. I feel so fearless, invigorated. I feel majestic. I feel like a powerful human being. I damn near feel like Superwoman, She-Ra, Wonder Woman, all them broads in one. Okay, there is just something about getting out in nature. You're knocking out so many different things. You're knocking out strengthening your lungs, cardiovascular. You know, you're building up that endurance. You're working out your quads because you're using your legs. Ain't no rat race. You ain't got to run against nobody. You can take in the elements. You can look at the animals and the trees and the skies. And there's even something just about being in higher elevation. Okay. I'm all about going up into the mountains. I'm at the point now, I'm over 250 pounds. Okay, carry my weight very well, thank you. But, and y'all know I was 330, but I've lost a lot of weight, but I still have a long ways to go. But I'm fit, okay? Try me in the gym, okay? I'll show you something. But in all honesty, there's just something about being invigorated and empowered with walking, with running, jogging. I'm not talking about going in the gym, get on the treadmill for 45 minutes and the Stairmaster and the elliptical, and y'all think y'all doing something. I mean, it's aerobic. I mean, you're doing some cardiovascular stuff, but it's nothing like getting out in nature. Nature, really, she is so giving. God was so amazing when he gave us nature. We need to know how to take in the elements and the beauty. You know, we take nature for granted so often. I see how we pollute this earth, and I ain't gonna go on my rant because, yeah, I am kind of a conservationist. I'm really into nature and trying to keep this planet as whole as possible because I'm a firm believer. You abuse your home, you abuse the animals, this planet, and you enslave it to be subjected to the filth that you choose to be. You're just allowing yourself to be subjected to the same way of thought and the same mode